Hey Internet, this is Gunter with MiniMishaps, and today we are going to make a miniature display out of candy packaging. My family got a candy box from Santa this year over the holidays, and this inside just is perfect for 1-inch miniatures that I work with for D&D and most of the 28 to 32 millimeter scale miniatures. And I love that it has these sections, so it has this tray separator since it was for jelly beans. And the fact that it's in these sections is going to really give us a lot of flexibility for uses. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to be using it because I want to have a little tray at the local store of samples as my painting gets better and better, so that people can see painted miniature samples. And so you can, I'm using double-sided tape, just put a little bit there, and then but you could use it if it doesn't work at the miniature shop. You can use this as a work in progress or a planning color palette compared to other miniatures. This is great for storing armies or kind of getting ready for tabletop war games, things like that. So just a little bit of double-sided tape on these tray covers, and then I'm gonna have so I'll put on a couple of painted miniatures and I'll put on a couple of gray miniatures so you can see either as a work in progress or paint samples, or just as a display. I mean, it's so neat how they're already in kind of sections this way. But if you're planning out points, you can put the blocks of points behind each of the sections, so you know quickly and easily what the points are. You can put little tags or paint backgrounds, so you can see what miniatures would look like on different colors and different lighting, things like that. And so there I've got a couple of painted ones. So I'm going to pull this was the cover to the tray. The actual tray is this white plastic. So I'm going to grab this tray. Now this is more set down, so if you're needing to transfer minis or move loose minis, or you don't want them to get impacted as much while they're in transit, then I recommend using, so here's the box top. You can see the candies there on the side. You can either put this tray directly in the box bottom or top, or like I'm going to do in a minute here, you can use it and put it with the white tray, and then it actually sinks down form fit to the other vacuum molded white tray box here. And so there, now I could put anything into these trays really. So it's also a neat thing if you want to have modular parts, or you use little magnets for your war gaming miniatures. If you want to do a kit bash box this way, you can put anything you want to. So here's I've got little bits of sprues. I've got, you could put, beads or your kit bashing materials in here. And then the nice thing is the beautiful miniatures display just sits right on top and won't move around, and while it's in there, it'll keep the bits or other miniatures from moving around because it is vacuum molded to the same shape as the white one is, and then you just have the gap where the candy was. So that slides right back down in there, fits just fine, and then I can move it around and have the bits in there with the miniatures on top. So, and then if you want to further display it, then I have my kits bashing box with my work in progress painted miniatures, and you can slide it into the cover there, and then you can store it more easily and things like that. So it is a top of the pile only. Don't stack stuff on top of it, obviously, just because you're not using that top cover. Although if you're just doing the bits box, certainly you could cover it up like this, and there you have it. So, bunch of different ways to use those candy trays. You could cut them up and separate them into individual plinths, individual displays, and so that's the Sunday from scratch, and we'll see you guys next week's video. The next Sunday is going to be, I'm going to try and exhume an old 3D printer that's been in a box through several moves and for years, and we're going to see if we can get it to work. So who knows, but stay tuned for next week, and we'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching my video, and if you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe, and you can support us on Patreon or buy me a coffee, and we will see you for the next video. Thanks, Internet.